Everyone wants to be the boss, the big name, the one who calls the shots, financial freedom, maybe even a little fame. And there's nothing wrong with that. Honestly, those are the good goals. I want those things too. But here's what most people miss on the way there. They think success comes first, and then you get to relax. You grind, you hustle, you claw your way to the top, and then finally you get to sit back and enjoy it. That's not how it works. Not in real estate, anyways. Well, actually, not in any business, really. The people who make it, the ones who stay at the top, they figured out something different, something most people never understand. Let me show you what I mean. There's a book called The Goal Giver by Bob Berg. If you haven't read it yet, I highly recommend it. It's about an hour read. But there's one law in that book that has stuck with me ever since I first heard it. Here it is. Your true worth is determined by how much more you give in value than you take in payment. I want you to really sit with that for a second. Your income in any industry, not just real estate, is tied directly to how well you serve other people. Not how well you market yourself, not how good your headshot is, and not how many followers you have on your Instagram. Not even your fancy car or your designer watch. How well you serve. That's it. The agents who make the most money, they're not the ones with the biggest egos. They're the ones who give the most value. They over-deliver. They go above and beyond. They make their clients feel like the most important person in the world. And here's the thing. It's not a trick. It's not a tactic. It's a mindset. When you genuinely focus on serving people better than anyone else, the money follows. It always does. Now let's talk about what success actually looks like from the outside versus what it looks like from the inside. From the outside, successful real estate agents, they look glamorous. Am I right? I mean, you see the cars, the clothes, the luxury listings, the lifestyle content on social media. It looks like these agents have it made. And you know what? Some of them do. But here's what you don't see. The agents who sustain that success, the ones who've been at the top for decades, not just the ones who have that one hot year, if you actually talk to them, they'll all tell you the same thing. They serve. They answer the phone when it's inconvenient. They remember the small details that matter to their clients. They solve problems before the client even knows there's a problem. They put their clients' needs ahead of their own comfort, ahead of their own schedule, sometimes ahead of their own commission. They have what I call a servant's heart. The glamour you see, that's a byproduct. It's not the goal. It's actually what happens when you serve people at an elite level for a long enough time. The agents who chase the glamour directly, who want the lifestyle without the service, they flame out. They might have a good year or two, but they don't last. The ones who serve, they build empires. Here's a truth that applies to every industry and not just real estate. No matter what you do, you're serving someone. Think about it. The restaurant serves the customer. The attorney serves the client. The contractor serves the homeowner. The CEO, if they're good, serves the shareholders and the employees. Real estate is no different. As an agent, you're serving your clients. You're serving the transaction. If you have a team, you're serving your agents. Now, yes, you can build a business where you have people working for you, where you delegate the busy work, where you're not the one doing every little task anymore. That's the goal. That's what we're working toward. But even then, you're still serving. The form changes, but the principle doesn't. And here's the warning. The moment you stop serving, the moment you start expecting to be served, that's when things fall apart. I've seen it happen. Agents get a little success and they suddenly think they're above the work. They think they've earned the right to coast. They start treating clients like a nuisance instead of a privilege. And slowly, their business dries up. The referrals stop. The reputation fades. Don't let that be you. No matter how successful you get, never forget you're always serving someone. Here's what's interesting, and this is the paradox. that most people never figure out. The agents who have every reason to coast, the ones who've made their money, built a reputation, could easily phone it in and still do okay. No, they don't. They stay humble. They stay hungry. They keep serving. I've met agents doing 50 million, 100 million a year in production, and they still return every call. They still remember every client's name. They still treat every transaction like it's the most important one they've ever done. Why? Because they understand something that most people miss entirely. The service is the success. It's not a step towards success. It's not something you do until you make it. It's not a means to an end. It's the thing itself. When you try to truly internalize that, when service becomes who you are, not just what you do, everything shifts. You stop chasing, you stop forcing, you stop grinding in that desperate, exhausting way. And success starts following you. Not because you got lucky, not because you figured out some hack, but because you became the kind of person success is attracted to. This is the heart of what I teach, the Settai method. Settai is a Japanese word. It means to entertain or to serve. It's the philosophy behind world-class Japanese hospitality, the kind you experience at a ryokan or any restaurant in Japan. That feeling of being completely taken care of, seen, valued, like your comfort is someone's entire focus. That's Settai. And here's the key insight. The role of the host in Settai is not to impress the guest. It's to serve them. Not to show off, not to prove how great they are, not to make the guest feel small by comparison. To serve. To make the other person feel like the most important person in the room. When you adopt that mindset, when service becomes your default mode, everything changes. Clients trust you. They feel safe with you. They know you're not in it for yourself. Referrals flow naturally because people talk about how you made them feel and how you made them feel taken care of. Your reputation compounds year after year, deal after deal. Every interaction adds to it. You don't have to chase success. It follows you. That's the power of the servant's heart. That's the Settai method. All right, I'm going to leave you with something simple. One thing to try this week. Before every client interaction, every call, every showing, every meeting, I want you to ask yourself this one question. How can I serve this person better than they expect? Not, how can I close this deal? Not, how can I impress them? Not, what's in it for me? How can I serve? That shift in focus from taking to giving, from impressing to serving, that's the whole game. It sounds simple, and it is, but most agents never do it. They're too busy thinking about themselves. Be different. When you walk into that listing presentation, ask yourself, how can I serve this seller better than any other agent would? When you're showing homes to a buyer, ask yourself, how can I serve this person in a way they'll remember for years? When you're negotiating, ask yourself, how can I serve my client's interest at the highest level? That question, asked consistently, answered honestly, will transform your business. So here's my question for you. What does having a servant's heart mean to you? Drop it in the comments below. I want to hear your take. And I'll see you in the next one.